GuitarLessons.com, the #1 name in guitar lessons online.
Welcome to this gear review, guys. We're going to be taking a look at the PRS SE Semi-Hollow Soapbar. And this is actually my guitar, and it is a really cool guitar. I really love it. I've just was curious about the P90 sound, and so I started researching guitars, and this was the coolest one that I could find for the price. And it's semi-hollow, has this chamber right here with a cutout, which attracted me to it even more because I know P90s really cut through the mix really well when you're playing with a full band and stuff. And the semi-hollow gives it some nice mid-tones that help it cut through even more and give it a real distinct sound. So let me give you some specs on this thing, give you some pros and cons. I'm gonna give you the price. The cheapest I've been able to see this for, like on Musician's Friend or GuitarCenter.com or whatever, is $634. But I've seen it for $699 too, and that depends. Some people sell it with the gig bag, some people sell it without the gig bag. So it depends if you want that, tag that extra 40, 50 bucks on for the gig bag too. That'll help determine the price. But these guitars, the body is made of mahogany. It's chambered all along right here. So you get a little bit jazzy, a little bit more mellow mid-range tone out of the guitar. But the P90s combined with that kind of help give it that bite too, to kind of balance it out. And the top is made of maple, so that kind of helps balance out the mahogany body too. The neck is made of mahogany. Fretboard is rosewood. It's a 25-inch scale just like any other PRS. And let's see, 10-inch fretboard radius, which I play Telecaster a lot. And I think my Tele is like a 9 or 10 fretboard radius. So it's easy to go back and forth between the guitars with the smaller fretboard radiuses when you're playing with this one. 3-way toggle switch. So you can get a sharp tone. Here, let me take a little bit of this distortion off. Just a little bit. I have a tube screamer that I have running through here. And then I have a OCD I'll add to it for a little more gain. I mean, it doesn't quite get all the way metal, but it gets pretty heavy sounding like hard rock for a P90. And then, of course, up on the neck, if you have it clean, there's clean. A little bit of distortion. Lots. So it's a super responsive guitar. And the pros and cons on it. On the cons, I put in the review that I have to set it down to eat. That's how much I like this guitar for the money. The only other con that I can think of for this guitar would be, I can't think, if you don't dig the P90 sound, then you're up a creek. You know, they make it with humbuckers too, this kind of configuration, but I found that actually, when I compared it to it, the one of the P90s was a little bit thicker sounding, which kind of surprised me. So I opted for the P90 one. That's about it, guys. This one, I really recommend this guitar if you want some with a P90 sound. Like I looked at Gibson's, there were a couple $100 more, and I just liked the way this one felt and played overall. So check out PRS SE Soapbar. It's got a stop tail too, which kind of scared me a little bit at first because I was like, how good can a foreign-made guitar that's made in Korea or whatever, how good can the intonation be on something where the adjusting is so limited on the tailpiece? But the intonation on this guitar is really surprisingly good right out of the box, and so was the playability. So if you're looking for something with soap bars, you might want to check one of these out. It's really light too. That's really cool.